guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be watching The Haunting of Hill House episode 7, which is called Eulogy. So this one I guess is to do with the funeral, as we had the kind of pre-funeral episode, which was Two Storms in the last episode, which was an incredible episode to watch. It had its scares, but it was also really just gripping in terms of the way it was filmed, and it was following all of the Crains about in that room, the funeral room near Nell's dead body, where she kept frequently visiting as a ghost, as did her mum. It seems like the dad speaks to the mum, so that's interesting. I'd like to know a little bit more about that situation.
Stephen was being an absolute tool, to the surprise of no one.
Yeah, and it kind of also culminated a little in Shirley had a lot of issues in that episode.
Yes, Shirley did not have a good time.
No, because she found out about the money, for one, that both Theo has taken and the husband has taken as well. So she was really unhappy with them. She was also arguing with Stephen, obviously, about the book in the first place. She walked in on Theo and the husband looking a little bit weird, to be honest, like
a little bit closer than siblings-in-law should probably be.
But she was also pretty drunk, and they may have been just having a heated argument, so I'm not really sure what happened there. It was kind of done in a way to make us feel like there was something going on there, though, I think.
Like, I'm not sure what happened in that little cupboard, but I am pretty sure that what happened isn't what it looked like it happened.
But I wonder if that's what Shirley thinks, or if she thinks...
Oh, definitely, yeah, 100%.
I think she would have reacted worse if she'd have walked in, seen them looking a bit like weird and close, and then walked off. But who knows? Because I think did we see her again? Because obviously it all ended up with Stephen and the dad shouting, and then Nellie's coffin ended up on the floor. Yeah, which was scary as shit. There's a couple. There haven't been that many like jump scares for me in the other episodes, apart from that last one, because it was so engrossing. The whole spinny round, like everything going on with the Crains and the whole family, and then you had the chandelier thing drop. That made me jump a lot. And then the coffin coming off the stand thing. But then I think they ended up not working together, but they were kind of like, oh god, we're all having an argument, and obviously she's dead there, so they helped lift the coffin back on. But was Shell there at that point, or
yes, the others weren't. It was Shirley, I think it was Shirley, Stephen, Luke and the dad in that last scene, and then the last shot was, so by really others
it's just Theo and the husband that weren't necessarily there in that one.
Yes.
Because they're off cupboarding, whatever that may mean. Do we... I mean, I'm really excited to get into the next one. Do you have any thoughts to...
No, I really loved that last shot of the episode where kind of... It was just after... There was the flashback to Nell, and she was like, no one... I was standing here and no one could hear me.
Yeah.
And then it came back to the future, and she was kind of standing there in her bent neck ghost form next to her coffin, and she was like, I'm standing here and no one can hear me.
Yeah.
And like, it clearly wasn't meant to be a fright. It was just like, it really deeply upset me.
It does seem like, this whole haunting thing, she basically just has seen her own death since she was a child.
But not like, I'm wondering at what point she realised that she was seeing her future. If it was when she actually met
died,
it.
I think. Because,
well,
if it's the same as what we saw as viewers, up until that point, we worked it out quite early on because
we're awesome.
In one of the flashbacks, it literally, there was the whole her kind of. It seemed like she'd hung herself from what happened, from what all the siblings saw and felt, and the sound of the rope crack. But also, it showed us, like, it literally had a couple of bits of the bent net lady it was in the flashback of when Theo saw all those things when she touched the dad's hand. And that was when we spotted that looked a lot like Theo. And then our curiosity made us go back to episode 1 and just check that first scene where she'd sort of appeared behind the bed, and it was 100% Theo. Yeah. But if Theo as a child, as I've said before, wouldn't know that was her as an adult. And then as an adult, when we see her seeing it a lot, it's actually kind of dark and you don't really get to see the face. It was only when she died that it then showed us all those
travelling back through time.
and
that was
showing
a great
it her
sequence. Oh, so good.
So, you know, she may have seen her own death, but she may not have known she was seeing her own death. But then it also still really worries me for Luke, because he seems to be the other person that still sees himself. And the mum's kind of been like, come home, and he was in the tea party. So I'm still very concerned about Luke.
And there's still Nell's vision from the motel on the day she died. She saw him kind of OD'd on the roof.
On the roof ceiling, yeah. So I am concerned for Luke's safety at the moment. And going into this completely blind, really. There's no more expectations. We think this is going to be the funeral, but other than that...
That's kind of a logical assumption from the title. That's not really based on anything. So I don't know what we're going to see, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing and painful. So, yeah. That'll be fun.
So guys, if you like our reactions, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified of any future uploads as soon as we upload them. If you want to chat to us over on our Twitter, then the link is down below in the description. And apart from that, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this thing. It worries me that it finishes on that shot of the red door every time. And we still haven't seen what's in the red room.
No, we haven't talked about the other body.
That didn't have anything to do with us.
Of course not.
What other body?
You're good at fixing things.
What's the other body?
Yeah, I need to know. I was not expecting this scene to give me more questions.
So tight.
Not a lot of choices.
He's talking to her again, isn't he?
Yeah.
You're really a grandfather?
That's right.
How come we've never met you?
I don't care about what we're talking about.
Oh, he's not been there.
Where have you been?
Ooh.
You missed breakfast.
Ooh.
We'll
Has he
take
been
the four,
sleeping
that's
in the
fine. There just
summer
better be
in the
4
outside
bouquets of
house?
calla lilies for him to eat.
I hope not.
Forget about it. You need to pick up 4 bouquets.
Okay, I'll go in a minute. Can we just...
You're already on your way.
I have to shower and change my clothes. I mean, I didn't bring any of my... Okay.
I saw your husband at the hotel this morning. I know you're upset with him because he took Steve's money.
Service starts at 10. It's 8:30. We're not open yet. If you want to lecture someone, lecture Thea.
Oh.
Good to see the tension's at a nice low level at the start of the episode.
Where she gets that from?
Never seen a storm make a mess like this. You really missed you guys?
A little rain, that was all.
Yeah. Knew it was only above that house.
Yeah.
Dad, this wall feels squishy.
What?
What?
Oh, it's got
See?
damp.
Mark it. No way all this came from a storm.
No way. Busted pipe, most likely.
Maybe those pipes that keep making the noises, huh? Why don't the Dudleys
fix it.
speak up? It annoys me. I want them to say more. They know more than they say.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's that smell?
You.
That is a smell of ruin.
Please don't be down here.
Oh. The whole house is ruined.
What does that mean?
Means we got water pooling all the way down here.
Father mucker.
Really, Dad?
What did he say?
Really, Dad?
No.
That's not possible from one night, though. Come on. Oh, God.
Stevie, why don't you go on upstairs? Do you hear that?
I mean, it's probably rats, but...
Maybe rats. Could be what happened to the pipes. When rats get thirsty enough, they'll shoot through just about anything.
That looks like a face.
Yep.
Oh, don't do that. Do you straighten his hair?
Was in a mood.
Doesn't look any better, but...
He's like me, he just can't smarten up. Nothing you do takes.
I fucked up last night, Daddy.
Oh.
I fucked up.
Oh, no.
Even by Crains standards.
Oh.
And if I make it through today alive, I'm gonna have to pack this all up and find a new place to live.
Did you do something with him?
I think she might have.
I should have made more of an effort with you.
Oh.
You tried. I should have met you halfway. People fuck up. I guess you don't get that until you fuck up.
Did she do something? That's weird.
This doesn't have to do with Steve's money, does it?
Oh, no. I like them bonding, despite...
Let's start somewhere.
That's a good start.
Oh.
You were always good at that. Assessing the damage. Where is it? Where's the damage?
Oh my god, these transitions!
It's all
Well,
over.
that doesn't make sense. The water lines
I
don't
know.
even...
I've got 4 plans, none of them match. This house is schizophrenic. I'll combine these plans, draw up something that represents the actual piping, and then we'll find out how fucked we really are.
Such a nice duo, them two.
I know.
Have you actually looked everywhere?
I've checked everywhere but one room.
Well, that's probably the culprit.
We were wondering,
Did rats get through a pipe?
I don't see any droppings. Have you actually seen rats?
Keep carrying them, scratching.
Creepy!
That ain't right.
It's a big job for one person.
What do you say, Steve?
Yeah, I'll help.
See, they're so
for a kid.
close when he was a kid.
Oh.
It's sad. Oh, she did come. He's just looking at the mess of all his children right now, like, what the fuck? I was going to say, like, when Shirley walked in, they wouldn't continue to do something, would they?
should have better role models, better marriage to emulate. We were solid.
We were.
And those last few days don't count. That
Well,
wasn't us.
They were possessed by the spirits of the Hill family.
yeah. He's not going to like that, is he?
Okay.
Even though we've only heard like 2 lines from her. I'm just assuming it's Steve's fault they fell apart.
Yeah, probably. She's ignoring him at his own sister's funeral, so... Oh, I like that the dad's trying to help everyone.
Yeah, he's good people.
He's got the mum there to talk him through it as well.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance last night to tell you how proud I am. 90 days.
Thanks.
He doesn't want to make today about him.
Oh.
It's okay to just sit there.
Oh, so lovely and horrible at the same time. Oh, God. Don't sit there. So she fell off, isn't it?
Beer and tomato juice
What?
for the hangover.
Does it work?
Not as well as a shot of smack.
So you're saying the best hangover remedy is heroin?
I 8 Mile.
Oh, I love Luke.
At least we've got some comic help from that. Oh, she's come. That's weird.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to be here.
You thought you'd what, exactly?
You didn't tell me that your sister died. I just wanted to support you. And if I'd
If I
known...
wanted you to know that, I would have told you that. Fuck my day.
I suppose if they already slept together twice, it's a bit weird that she came, but
Yeah.
it's slightly funnier than the last episode.
Yeah,
Which is terrible because it's the
Yeah.
funeral, but
You heard what happened at the wedding.
he doesn't know she likes bridesmaids.
Your mom, she guessed it. Theo was about 8. Huh. Oh, yeah.
Another big plus in their parental skills.
But then why was she with Kevin? Unless she likes both, you know?
There she is.
Auntie.
Oh, of course, the fabled auntie.
It's just
I wonder what their relationship is like.
We're about to find out.
You?
Janet.
Did she raise them then? In the end, I think?
Pretty much, I think so, yeah.
I'm sorry we're here. None of us should be here.
I know what you mean.
Okay.
They seem alright.
Yeah. Good.
I feel really bad for Shirl at the moment.
Yeah.
The way she handles stuff isn't the best, but
No.
I get it. Especially on a day like this.
Yeah.
They can hear that again.
You hear that?
Sounds like
Yeah.
big rats. You just get a giant cat. A tiger.
Something's gonna bore through the wall.
Present for you.
Keep your mask on, lady.
Master blueprints?
Master Blueprints.
Was that right? You see, Steve, your dad thinks that all this water is coming from that red room upstairs. What?
Got such a pandemic mindset with the masks now.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not a
Put your
chin diaper,
mask
it's a
on.
mask.
what's he looking concerned about then?
Away by James Whitcomb Riley. I cannot say, and I will not say, that she is dead. She is just away. With a cheery smile and a wave of the hand, she has wandered into an unknown land. Think of her still as the same, I say. She's not dead. She's just away. If anyone wants to say a few words.
Someone should. Oh. I swear I'm going to cry.
Yep.
I don't like funerals anyway.
No.
And I care about Nellie.
I was born 9 seconds before now. I'd use that too. You know, if we had a fight, or if I wanted something, I'd say I was the oldest, so she had to do what I said, and she let me get away with it. That last time I saw her, she was driving me to rehab. She dropped me off. She looked at me and she said, "You go in there and you bring my brother back."
Oh, God.
Right? I was born 9 seconds before now, but she was always my big sister.
Fuck, he knows how to give a speech, man. Jesus.
What's this?
I don't know exactly.
Why is it so weird?
The missus do these? Yeah, probably ain't my place.
But maybe she could use a little time away from the house.
I think you might be right.
It's not your place.
It's probably not your place.
Well, he needs... listen to them. They need to speak more.
You know, my mother worked in this house. I was actually born here.
Whoa.
Oh, is that right?
But my mom, she never liked Hill House. She'd come home sometimes after a long shift, and she'd be scattered, you might say.
Crazy.
Scattered.
Towards the end, she'd wander into the woods at night barefoot. And I swear I could hear her out there, giggling like a schoolgirl in love. And she'd sleep out there sometimes too, so yeah, scattered.
I see.
That ain't right.
I met Clara when she got hired on working for Miss Hill. We even got married on the grounds.
Maybe you need to leave.
Yeah.
Claire, she spent a lot of time in here.
That's Mrs. Dudley, right?
When Hazel got sick. Claire got pregnant. Miss Hill made her keep on working. So the day comes, the doc comes, and my little girl's stillborn.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What if that's what's crawling around behind the wall?
Don't say that.
She went back to work fast. But the nightmares she had, they had her down in a corner, shaking so bad I thought she'd seize up dead. I'm sorry.
Guy is intense.
So one night, she's cleaning the master bedroom, and she hears a baby crying.
Oh.
Here's another room, too. Rattled her so good, she ran home, scratched her face to ribbons on the branches. So I came back here with her one night, and I'll be damned, but I heard it too, and I knew that was my first little girl's cry, the one she never got to.
Oh, God.
So we stopped coming here after dark. Yeah, just superstitious at first. But here's the thing.
Now you're telling them,
It
like...
worked. So, yeah, it's not my place. But if you find your missus is acting scattered, maybe a little time away would do the trick. From the house, I mean.
A lot of time, like, don't live there at night.
I take your point.
Do you know?
I don't think you do.
No, I
But
don't.
why would... Oh,
That's a
that
great story.
blew my
Jesus
mind.
Christ.
Great actor.
Yeah.
But why are you telling him this late? I've been waiting for ages for him to say something, and he just explained everything in one short, fairly long explanation.
One epic monologue.
Yeah.
Now run.
And they know weird things are happening, so why is everyone in such disbelief?
And what's on the map that has everyone so shook?
The Red Room? What has she done? Has she put dead people in there? Like, she's drawn something on there that shouldn't be there, and that's why they're freaking out about it. But how... How do they spend time away from there at night when they live there?
Yeah. But what if the Red Room doesn't actually exist and it's not on any of the plans? That's probably what I'm guessing. You know, he's looking for the Red Room, but it's not on the maps.
I'll meet you there.
Sure.
That's not going to be a fun ride.
The stretch limo.
No, I just meant being
Coming
with
with us?
Lee and
Yeah.
Steve. Oh, fuck.
I'll meet you there.
Theo should just get out and
Even
talk to
today.
her.
Not everything's about you, Steve.
But yeah, I feel like maybe Theo made a pass at her. Oh.
Hey.
Dad's all like coming
To
to
the fucking
rescue at the
rescue, yeah.
moment.
He knew Luke had it in him.
The mum's just there to help him the whole time. It's lovely.
You know, I was talking to
In a morbid way.
after listening to what you said today about Nellie and what your brother said.
Don't.
In the end, all you guys have is each other.
Did Theo tell you what she did?
No,
Stay the fuck out of my business.
There it is. Stick your hand.
right in the fan.
Fan.
Oh, don't stick your hand in the fan. I don't want to see that.
The cut on his hand.
Busted fan. This one's totally screwed. I'm gonna have to open it up.
No. I don't want to watch
Can you
this.
unplug it over there?
It's not something I want to see. What? It's like a weird, like, moisture print of a person.
That ain't right.
Oh, I knew I didn't want to see it.
Dad?
Oh, it's horrible.
I plugged it.
It's okay. It was an accident.
Oh.
Listen, pal. Why don't you go upstairs?
I want to help.
I think he needs
It's
some...
okay. You've helped.
Oh, he's still trying to be, like, nice to him.
All right, you fucker.
Oh, God. This going to make the house angry.
Fuck you!
Is there another body in there? I really want to know what this other body was.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be in there because.
Or I thought the guy who came to check on the water, because he's the only person that's been in the house that we've seen that wasn't a
Dudley or a Crain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did raise her.
Still.
So the dad wasn't there, and she ended up bringing them up.
I'm so sorry.
Oh God! Oh, he's seeing her really clearly.
Don't. Did you see her? No. It was mom. It was mom and Nella. Yeah, stop it.
Dad's gonna know that fucking scared me so much.
You didn't because they're dead.
You saw him as well.
I've seen things, Luke. I know all about it. I write about it. Hell, I've seen things this week, but it's not real. It's not.
It is real.
You don't get that if you don't get your shit together. Like Mom and Nell didn't get their shit together. You're gonna end up just like them, you understand? Because it's in our genes. It's a sickness.
He's kind of maybe right, sort of.
Get it together. Stop talking like a fucking crazy person.
And he cares, I think.
Bury you too, you understand? Okay?
It's coming from a good place. He's just being a bit of an arse about
You're
it.
almost through it. You're almost through it. Are we okay?
And Dad understands. That scared me more than anything has yet in this. That was scary. Yeah. Oh God. Oh no, is this the last night? Oh no. What am I going to see? What's happening?
She got a screwdriver to his throat.
She needs to get out of the house. This will be the last few nights when they weren't themselves.
Having a horrible dream.
You think? What's going on with you? You're holding a fucking screwdriver to my throat.
No, I wasn't.
We need to talk.
What the fuck?
Are these the plans that she
I
did?
don't...
Yeah.
What is this?
It's a master blueprint miniature.
No, it's not.
I didn't know what this was.
You use the same shape dozens of times.
I'm really frightened right now.
Over and over.
It's a footprint to our house. To our forever house. Maybe you should take a break.
Yeah.
Run.
Take a little rest.
I could see Janet's visit just for a couple days or something.
That could be good.
You have to juggle the kids and the house and
I'll manage.
He's a good husband.
I just want you to be...
not crazy.
I didn't say that.
It was implied, though.
I'm not sleeping through the night at all. It's constant dreams.
I know.
You just snuck up on me all of a sudden.
With Janet. Not a Hill House.
Yeah. So sad, because obviously she never made it to Janet's, I guess.
I mean, that's the injury on his hand from the fan that he had on the last night. So I think we're probably 2-3 days max.
Well, they said they were different for the last few days. That wasn't us.
I overheard you and Steve. You know, I see your mother every day. And my therapist says that it's a perfectly normal. I'm happy for you, Dad. Doesn't mean it's always the case. Because people see things. Big boys know the difference between what's real and imaginary. Isn't that right, Dad?
It's finally getting him for not believing him.
Yeah. That didn't seem.
No, it's the
super
best he
clever.
can hope for at the moment. Really.
Yeah, true.
Especially for the youngest, he wasn't there, and like he just said, he didn't believe him. He told him that. Whose bag is that? Has he just robbed some money out of someone else's bag? Well, Luke was doing something over there when he went over.
Yeah, I really hope not. Uh-oh.
Oh, this fucking show, man.
How can it go from like tense family drama to supernatural horror in one scene? There's gonna be a body back there.
Is that why the silhouette was there? Oh, yep. But dead bodies don't make noise, right? Oh. That's been there a while.
Yep. That sure as fuck can't be blamed on them. Walking stick, is that?
Bowler hat
guy, yeah.
William Hill, been missing since 48.
You know, I gotta ask.
Why did you buy this
The
fucking
folks
house?
around town talk. They've always talked about this place. Is it? What?
Haunted?
Yeah. At least a few of my kids sure think so.
Steve,
I'm sorry I didn't talk.
Go
And
on.
I'm sorry I didn't listen. And I'm sorry I wasn't there.
Is he lifting it up?
I'm so sorry that I couldn't fix it.
What?
No.
you fly safe.
Fuck's sake.
Look behind him.
Shit.
Yeah.
I can't find my credit card. Could you tow my car?
It's
Blows.
fucking Luke.
Sorry.
Fuck.
My car is gone.
What do you mean?
I mean, my car is gone.
You saw him.
Guys,
Well, my card out.
He's gone to... What if he's gone to the house?
It was right here.
Oh, fuck no.
He looked wrong.
Has anybody seen Luke?
Yeah.
He's gone to the house.
Say something.
Say it.
he was right there. He was looking at your... He wanted to have a smoke. He went outside about an hour ago.
Fucking hell!
Probably already.
I
some needles
don't
or
think he's getting...
Know that?
He's gone to the
something.
house.
Check outside.
He's gone to the fucking house.
And she knows it. That's the grave dirt. Why is there grave dirt there? Oh.
Oh, no, she's gonna kill someone.
But it was Mum or Nellie that did that. Oh. Why? They both saw that, right?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
This episode's scaring the shit out of me.
I don't know why you won't give me these 3 hours. After you discovered her body, before you called us, what happened in those 3 hours? Your daughter Shirley says she woke you up because she was surprised to see Mom in the kitchen.
That's
And
right.
she says that you ran up the stairs to the bedroom. So what did you see when you got to the bedroom?
Nothing. That door's been locked since we moved in.
Oh.
Oh, fuck this show. Oh, you are the fucking worst. That fucking flew by. That was the quickest 50 minutes I've ever been through.
It's an hour. It's been a lot of episodes where I was like, oh, it's not actually, it's a great show, but it's not actually really scared me. Until this episode, I'm freaked out. Like,
Oh my god.
I think it's really ramped up the horror part
Yep.
of what the fuck.
What do you say to that?
I wrote myself a note on this about mental illness, right, and it was after what happened at the graveyard, which was one of the things this episode that literally just gave me chills and really scared me, because it's the first time it's been a kind of scary, aggressive kind of pull thing. You know how I said I don't like what I've been scared before by The Grudge.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. I didn't really like it. And so, but when they were having the discussion and Steve was, sort of helping but not, as he does, he said, oh, it's mental illness in the family. And it does make sense, kind of. So I wrote that down because I was like, maybe that is all of that, and some of them are a bit sensitive, so Nellie's just foreseeing her own death. And in the time since writing that, I think I've changed my mind, because the other really fucking scary bit was when Theo and the dad both saw, and they clearly both saw it, right?
Yep.
I know Theo saw it, and I don't know if the dad was just holding her because she was freaking out.
He was staring right at it. He absolutely
and that was
saw
the mum,
that.
wasn't it? But
That
it was a
the
dead
mum.
version of the mum.
I think that was the mum at the end of the final night. That one, she had a massive cut down one side of her face. That was like fresh corpse. Ironically
but maybe
named
there are
Liv.
more than one entity. So maybe the one that he sees all the time is in his head.
Yeah, I was going to say, when
the
he was
nice one. Yeah,
I have a distinct suspicion that kind of the mum we've seen on his shoulder giving him advice this whole time, I think that is literally just a coping mechanism of his. It's like he was saying, it's very common amongst widows and widowers to have that kind of guardian angel type character that you personify as, if you're in a tough situation, you think, what would my partner have thought now?
Mm-hmm.
And you fill in the blanks.
And she's the guiding.
Yeah.
Which was so beautiful, this
So
episode.
good, yeah.
Like, it was really nice seeing him try. And actually, this episode, he kind of was the voice of reason or helper to everybody.
Yeah.
Apart from maybe getting it a bit wrong with Shell. But generally, he was really good. And should have been better with Stephen, because I do think a lot of the reason Stephen is a bit of a dick, and one of the saddest parts of this series is that actually them two were so close, as we've seen in this episode. He was his right hand man, so he probably was the one that felt the most abandoned by his dad when his dad wasn't there raising them and stuff. So
100%.
He's got all of these issues with him, and which, as many of us know, father issues is probably different for guys, but can lead to a lot of other feelings of abandonment in the way that you treat others and the way that you connect with other people. So maybe a lot of why he's so much of a kind of a douchebag, But so there's that element of the mental illness, but the thing pulled him in, and his arm was down. I mean, I know that can be in your head, and you can be acting out what's in your head, but then there's also the whole thing with the mum. So the mum, Mr. Dudley, said the story, right? I mean, it was a great story, very compelling, excellent actor, exactly what I've been waiting for the past however many episodes. And I really was quite shocked that he just told him everything. Yeah. In that, I thought it would be more, here's some hints and clues, but it was like, this is everything that's happened, this is the history, this is what we're doing, this is why we're...
Your reputation with the Dudleys has got up high enough now that you can unlock the horrible backstory cutscene where he tells you about all the terrible shit that happened to him and why he now no longer lives in Hill, or no longer goes to Hill House after dark.
But then, he was saying that... I'm like, surely this went to the Dudleys before. Why has this not come up previously? Why would you wait to that point?
Well, it could be that up until that point he thought everything was okay, but then when he saw the crazy shit she had drawn, he was like, dude, I've been through this before.
He thought maybe they weren't going through that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about every time... he seems to mostly have interacted with the father, while Mrs. Dudley has mostly interacted with the mother and the kids. It could be he just didn't know she was suffering the way she was. He hadn't seen it until he saw that map with the frickin' Forever House scrawled all over it, and he was like, nope, this is Day one shit.
And what does that mean? Does that mean that she wants the Forever House to be Hill House now? And is that why she destroyed the model of the Forever House, to show that that's not the Forever House they're going to? They need to go to Hill House.
Maybe now she realises that she's going to be there forever, so she has no choice. She has to stay there.
Yeah, but
creepy shit.
Yeah, it was a very kind of all work and no play, make mummy a dull girl. So she obviously was going crazy, yes, mental illness, but it's clearly the house that was doing it to her, because that Mr. Dudley said that obviously happened to his wife and him.
Well, I mean, what happens when you put a family that are very sensitive into a house that's haunted as fuck?
Yeah, but then what happened to the Hills? Because the Hills, it seems like the Hills lived there for a really long time. And it seems like it makes you think that the hauntings originate from the Hills.
100%, yeah.
But I don't know if they do, because the dad of the Hills, I believe, the husband,
bowler hat man,
bricked himself into the walls.
Yeah.
And that sounds like something a crazy person who'd been affected by the house would do. So if it started,
what if it's their mental? So, he's literally buried in the foundations of the house. What if that crazy is just that's why the mold is spreading. That mold isn't mold. That mold is the freaking evil of the Hills, literally infesting the house.
But then that just makes you wonder what the Hills, if that is the Hills, and it's the craziness of the house is manifesting from the Hills itself. What did they do? But the whole fact that she was sat on top of him with a screwdriver makes you think that if she is, feeling, not the reincarnation, if she's being possessed, by, say, the mum of the Hills, why was she trying to kill the dad with a screwdriver, unless something dodgy had gone on then? Because the dad keeps saying about the mum that she didn't commit suicide, but he didn't kill her.
Yeah.
But then clearly they'd started to get possessed, and when they were talking, they said, "Oh, that's not us. Not the last few days don't count, because that's not actually who we were like." So it seems like they were getting possessed in those few days and getting more and more sucked into whatever was going on there. So every time I feel like, is it mental illness? Is it something that's in their head? no, wait, it's this. Is it the ghosts? Are they real ghosts? And then I move away from thinking there are real ghosts. And then stuff like that happens where she was crawling across the floor and they both saw her, or she pulled her into the grave. And it scared me. I actually really, I still feel quite chilled. A lot of these episodes afterwards, I feel quite unnerved, scattered. So.
By the screwdrivers.
You talk for a while.
Yeah. One point we have to mention, and you kind of brought it up slightly. Luke has done a runner. He's taken Nell's car, and he's taken Theo's car and Shirley's credit card.
They seem to immediately. I initially thought, oh God, he's going off the rails again. He's going to get drugs, but I don't think.
To be fair, most dealers don't take credit card.
No, and the car.
They would take a car.
No, I know, but
no, I think you're right. I think he has gone back to the house. I mean,
but I'm saying he could use a dealer. But I was thinking of junkie, but the junkie, I mean, in him wouldn't have really needed the car at that point necessarily. Would have taken the credit card, could withdraw some money to go get himself the dough. But that's kind of the mentality.
Yeah.
I feel like he took the card on that. Then and it was enough of a trigger, the fact that he's seen his mum and she keeps saying come, or they're saying don't go or don't leave us or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go see what the hell's happening.
Definitely going back to the
house.
And
now that he is actually sober, and he is actually kind of thinking straight, although not straight, don't go to the house, please don't. But
learn from Nell.
But he is kind of thinking, along the right lines.
And that's going to be terrible.
So I do think he's gone to the house.
Yeah.
And I hope that the next episode is all of them following him. I feel like there has to be a point where all of them go.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to see Luke go to the house on his own, because I do think it's going to result in his death.
Yes.
Because he's the third one out of these magic three that I think will...
There have been so many signs pointing towards him having a terrible ending and it being quite soon.
Yeah.
And they're stacking up, and I don't want it to be true, but I said the exact same thing about Nell, and we all saw what happened to her. And so this is cruise control to terribleness. It's on the way, and I hate it already.
Yeah.
And we were completely wrong. We saw the whole... Theo was in the room with Kevin. Yeah, it seems like
they did do something, yeah.
Something bad happened there.
But then that's the thing I was saying. There's so much going on in this episode that every time I tried to make a point, I was like, I can't talk over what's happening. But when we saw it in the last episode, she came into the room, and Theo and Kevin were both in there looking a bit weird, and we were like, oh. But so when Theo said to the dad, oh, I fucked up really badly.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it wasn't that after she went away they continued to they had sex or something like that, because you wouldn't after she'd already found you. That would be really that would be really odd. You'd be like, oh, what the hell? So I think she just means she fucked up in that she either tried to kiss him or they kissed each other, or something happened that led to that moment.
Something, there was clearly some fucked up shit happens before they were rumbled. But the question then becomes, if that hadn't happened, would they have done more?
But the thing is not that sexuality has to be defined, but the show has made quite a big point of only sort of putting her with girls, if you know what I mean. So it's...
Maybe it just makes it more of a surprise when this happens.
Well, maybe. I mean, that's it. She could easily be bi.
But
it's just interesting that the show has literally shown, the discovery of her with girls, and then her with that girl as well that she brought home that came to the funeral randomly. It's sweet of her, but it's a bit weird.
Yeah, maybe wait for 3 days before you crash the funeral.
If you've just slept with someone twice, hadn't had two sort of one night stands, and they turn up at your funeral, your sister's funeral, it's a bit weird. Yeah. But
her excuse was that she wanted to kind of to be there for Theo. But I mean, then you turn up. You go to her house in the evening and be like, "Do you need me now?" You don't crash the funeral. No, that's just weird.
It is just a bit odd. Yeah. I wonder if that was just a mistake then. The whole thing with Kevin.
Yeah. I mean...
And then she just feels bad. I wish they'd talk it out, because I think it could probably be solved easier if they did actually speak about it. But maybe that'll happen now that they're all in this situation where the house is on the floor. I mean, Shell's not my favourite character, and the way that she kind of deals with her emotions and stuff, I don't connect with it too much. But at the same time, she has been having a real bad day. Like, she is having a terrible time.
Yeah.
She had all of that. She found out about the money. She's dealing with all this stuff in the first place. She's the only one that has kids, I think, that's having to deal with having their children and getting them through that as well, holding everything together, holding the rest of the family together. She's then had to deal with the money thing, seeing Theo and Kevin, and then she gets the bloody house broken as well. So and has her credit card stolen. So it's all a bit.
It's been a day, yeah. It's a rough 24 hours for the Crane family, but Cheryl definitely has the worst of it.
This one did chill me to my very core. The Red Room's finally open.
Oh, that fucking ending.
I think the Hill House is definitely haunted, right?
Yeah.
I think it's got to. There's no other rational explanations for the way that it acts and treats people. You know, that's a weird thing to say for a house, but it's also, I guess, it was good in a way and beneficial that the police had been there before and seen that body, and also they'd seen the dead body that was in the walls, and then also asked him, is the place haunted? And he said, well, my kids seem to think so, in a jokey way, but I feel like at least those seeds were planted before, because it would seem extra mental afterwards if he was just like, oh, and the house is haunted, this happened in the... But there's obviously this 3-hour period that he's not speaking about, which he says he was grieving, that has got something. Is that after he dropped the kids off and he went back to the house?
I think so, yeah.
Or, yeah, because I think...
That's in the period between them, at the night, them fleeing,
3 hours,
and then him turning up the next day covered in blood.
Yeah.
3 hours.
I think 3 hours, if something had happened to the mum, would be a long time to potentially allow the children to maybe see something. So that wouldn't be helpful. But he also says that he thought she'd left the house and she didn't, which is weird. Like, I just sent her off on a merry way and she's just like come back because she's drawn to it or something.
Because it's the forever house.
But that's the thing with it. But then Luke's gone back there. And it seems to be that them three are the three that are kind of tied to this horrible death thing. And they're the three that seem to get pulled back to the house. And is that because... So I think we only really know about them having... The Hills having the two... Is it 2 children? They've got the boy in the wheelchair and Abigail, right?
No. Oh, crap. There is death. Because do you remember in the scene where Liv... apparently correctly predicts everything about the Hills.
Yeah.
So there's the mum and the father, mum and father facing each other, and then 3 kids. So there is definitely a mysterious child somewhere that we aren't aware of yet. There's Abigail. There's the wheelchair boy, who's the youngest.
And she definitely says 2, no 3, not 3, not 2. Okay.
Yeah. Because I remember at the time thinking, there's 1 for each of the Hill House kids.
But then the only other person, I mean, say it fits into that scenario of they're all going to be the embodiment of the Hill family. Theo would be the next best guess, because she is sensitive and she can feel those things, but we just saw her see that ghost with
and it could all tie back into what she saw when she touched Nell. I mean, I'm at this point I'm running with my theory that has been since about 5 minutes after I saw her collapse, which is she saw the mother alive helping Nell kill herself.
Yeah.
Which would cause the reaction we saw, so it's a logical assumption.
I think she might have seen more than that. She doesn't talk about anything. And she saw all that stuff on the first night, and she was probably one of the nicest people to the dad this episode. And considering the flashes that we saw, that she saw when she touched the dad, that made it look like he killed her, you'd think she'd be the least... trusting or whatever with him. But Theo's my favourite, so I don't want anything to happen. But what if she is the last one to go?
I hope it's Stephen, just because I don't like Stephen.
Should be the next youngest, though.
She would.
Yeah, I don't like Stephen either, but I get why Stephen is the way that Stephen is, though.
But I can still think it's a
Like, I really like young Stephen.
Yeah, young Stephen's a legend. good kid.
And the fan bit as well. It was an awful cut.
He definitely unplugged the fan, and then it plugged itself back in. Like, it shows him unplugging the fan.
But I kind of love the dad. I just think the dad is like, he was so supportive with Liv when she was freaking out and stuff. Like, and he was trying to make her not feel crazy, but she's clearly crazy. But he's looking out for her, and even after slicing his hand open, how comforting he was to Stephen, try and make sure he felt okay even though he was bleeding.
Yeah, and like it seems like that they were a strong couple, him and Liv. They had a good kind of, not relationship, like a good kind of, a good thing going with the whole he fixes the house as she designs it. The really sweet scene with Luke and the dad talking. He's like, "Oh, so you don't know about the bridesmaids?" And he's like, "We knew when she was 8. It's all good." Like, it's clear they were, two very loving, very accepting parents, and that seems to have continued into now, except for the the line which Luke threw back at him about big boys know the difference between real and imaginary, which
just before he left, for Hill House, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, he could be going to overdose again, because that's obviously what Nell saw on the ceiling. But I think he's gone back to Hill House.
And it's both.
Gone to overdose in Hill House.
Yeah.
Great. He just goes there, and his mum and Nell are waiting, having a party, and they're like, "Here's loads of drugs. Have fun."
Here's a tea party, but the tea's all laced with heroin.
Oh, what if that is the tea party?
Opium tea.
Fucking hell. I'm half between fuck this show and I love this show. Like, I don't mean fuck it in a bad way. I just, it's messing with my brain.
Yeah.
But I love it so much.
I love how much this show confuses and scares and upsets me. And it's been a long time since I've seen a show which fucks with my head the way this show fucks with my head.
This is the first episode that really scared me. Like, I felt my whole body just go into chills and was like, oh, none of that. And I feel like more of that is coming now.
Oh yeah, I have a distinct suspicion
they lull you in with the kind of thick the intricate story and the like, oh, is it this and that, and then now this is the first, I think, episode where they've put on some real big, like, horror film scares.
We had the character development, we had like these are the people, these are the settings. Now we've had, this is a bit of what happened, and then the last, I think we've got 3 episodes left. That's probably going to be 2 episodes of just pure pant-shitting terror, and then the last one will be kind of the resolution where it's all explained and we cry and hate ourselves again.
Well, the next one is called Witness Marks, which I don't know what that means about anything, but guess we'll find out. Oh, I'm so excited and terrified at the same time.
Yeah.
Again, we could speak for ages about this show. Yeah, and we have, but there's so much to potentially say. We just sit here going in a big old circle trying to work out our own theories, but I think
there's only one more thing that needs to be said. Can we watch the next one now, please?
After a few whiskies, I think. You know. Oh. So, guys, if you like our reaction, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified of any future uploads as soon as they come up. Hit us up on Twitter as well. The link is down below in our description. If there is any other shows that you'd like to see us react to, please do let us know. Thank you for recommending this show, but also not thank you.
We hate how thankful we are.
Oh, right. Until next time, guys, take care.